Do you know how hot the roads can get in the summer? This young lady just sat down on the roadside, and within 10 minutes the soles of her shoes were melted on the ground. Before she could recover, she did a thunder dance when her feet touched the ground. Not only that, but even the tires of the car melted under the sun, leaving a black mark when driving. Netizens couldn't help but joke that this is not summer, it's obviously an alchemy furnace. The slippers that were washed last night shrank into a mini version when I woke up. What's even more remarkable is that this individual took a frying pan from home and attempted to fry an egg on the road, but he didn't expect it to boil in under 1 second. Who dares to touch this steel bar? Let me show you how hot the weather is in Xi'an. Ants died instantly. I saw a pig dying of heat in a traffic jam on the highway. Birds don't dare to walk in the dark area. They only walk on the white line, once they walk in the dark places. Oh my god. Look at this one, sunburned. It must be so hot today. This is a bit exaggerated. Look, God, it's so funny. Mainland China is experiencing extremely high temperatures, with many places exceeding 40 degrees Celsius, and the area of the country with temperatures above 35 degrees Celsius is over 2 million square kilometers. The meteorological department said that this high temperature intensity is rare in the same period of history. The northeast region has experienced high temperatures rarely seen in 55 years. The temperature in Mohe, the northernmost part, has exceeded the 35 degrees Celsius mark for several consecutive days, and the surface temperature has reached 65 degrees Celsius. The surface temperature in some areas of Beijing, such as asphalt roads, exceeds 60 degrees Celsius under direct sunlight and even approaches 70 degrees Celsius in some periods and locations. According to historical records, North China experienced extremely high temperatures during the Qinglong period of the Qing dynasty, and Beijing once reached a high temperature of 44.4 degrees Celsius. In the summer of the 8th year of the Qianlong, more than 10,000 people died of heat in 12 days, which can be called the hottest summer in Chinese history. Today, we'll discuss the topic of high temperature weather in mainland China. As of July 8th, 13 national meteorological stations in China have recorded high temperatures that have exceeded historical extremes. In this round of high temperatures, southern Hebei, Henan, Shanxi's Guangdong region, western Hebei, and other areas are experiencing the core of the high temperatures. The high temperatures persist for a prolonged period and are intense, with the highest temperature frequently exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. The streetlight over there just caught fire on its own. That's terrifying. Do you see it? The flames are growing larger and larger. Oh my gosh, that solar-powered streetlight is on fire. How can that even happen? Doesn't it run without electricity? Isn't it just supposed to absorb sunlight? This isn't good. What happened? The transformer must have failed. It's on fire and it's making a lot of noise. Could it explode? Since June, the temperature in Heilongjiang province has been unusually high, with some areas breaking historical records for the same period. Even Harbin, known as the Ice City, has recorded a high temperature of 36 degrees Celsius. However, air conditioning is not widely available in northeast China, which poses a challenge to the heat tolerance of local college students. Some colleges and universities cannot even use electric fans when the dormitory power is cut off at night. College students overwhelmed by the heat must find ways to escape. If they have the conditions, they stay in hotels. If not, they sleep in the corridors or on the playgrounds. In response to the needs of the students to cool down and escape the heat, the reactions of some colleges and universities make people feel both puzzled and indifferent. If there is no air conditioning, students are asked to use ice cubes to cool down. If there is no electricity in the dormitory at night, students are asked to use battery-powered electric fans. At the same time, hotel bookings around universities have surged. A hotel staff member near Harbin, University of Science and Technology, said, "The rooms are fully booked, mostly by students." He also emphasized that the air conditioners in all rooms are functioning correctly. Students from Xi'an Agricultural University lie in a pool in the bathroom to cool down. The heat in the middle of the night woke up a blogger from Xi'an University. She wanted to vomit but couldn't. She said it was really uncomfortable. "I'm dying from the heat. There's no way to survive without air conditioning. Xi'an University, I'm begging you, when will you finally install AC in our dorm rooms? Last night I literally woke up from the heat. I'm not exaggerating. The heat actually woke me up. Ever since I woke up, I've had this terrible headache. I keep tossing and turning and couldn't fall back asleep. My eyelids were so heavy, but I still couldn't sleep. It was around 3 or 4 a.m. My head was pounding and it was unbearably hot. I recall it was around 5 a.m. The heat caused a headache and then I wanted to vomit, but I couldn't. I just vomited. It was super uncomfortable. It was super uncomfortable. The dormitory was super hot. I just went to Xi'an building to get my favorite meal, roast duck with rice. Oh my god, eating there felt like serving a prison sentence. It was insanely hot. Please, I'm begging, when are they finally going to install air conditioning? I rely on fans to survive every day, but I think it's not enough. Last night, my friends and I were singing on the school track field. There's a speaker system there and students can take turns singing. We were out there until almost midnight. I remember checking my phone at around 11:30 and seeing a guy setting up a tent on the field. Why would someone pitch a tent that late at night? I seriously suspect it's because the dorms are just too hot to sleep in, and he planned to spend the night outside instead. It's just so hot.
好热。
在东北读研，我作证。
As a graduate student in Northeast China, I can attest that Northeast China is really hot in the summer. Honestly, before I went to Harbin for graduate school, I thought Northeast China would be very cold, and even in the summer it would be cool. However, after I arrived for the start of the semester, I found it to be extremely hot. I even sent a message to my best friend at the time saying that it was not cool here at all. I wanted to find the chat history, but I found that it had been deleted when I cleaned up the memory. As the temperature soared, demand for air conditioners increased dramatically, and a rush to buy them ensued in Northeast China. I never thought we in Northeast China would face such a situation. Residents in Harbin lined up to install air conditioners. Some waited for 5 or 6 days before getting it installed. Some could not wait any longer and said, "I pay more and you come and install it for me right away." Many families installed air conditioners for the first time. Then some netizens said, "What's the matter? Are the conditions there so bad? Why are you installing air conditioners only now? Don't you see where we are? When can we in Northeast China use that stuff? If it weren't so hot this year, this situation would not have happened." Others said, "You are really hypocritical. You can't stand the temperature just over 30 degrees, but we in the south are used to over 40 degrees. But you're accustomed to staying in the oven. Can we be the same? We are all used to freezing, so who can stand it if we are suddenly roasted? Even now, we are still as hot as dogs. We'll have heating in 3 months.
就供暖了。东北的老铁们，
My fellow Northeasterners, I have a question. What is the deadline for installing an air conditioner? Can I still install one before the end of summer? It's killing me with heat.
热死我了。
朋友们，咱就说。
Friends, let's discuss the current weather conditions in Northeast China. When you stay in the house, you will feel like you are always outside in a sauna. It's pretty hot, so I bought an air conditioner. I bought the air conditioner at the beginning of the month. He said it would arrive on the 9th, but it was actually delivered on the 9th. Then he said it would be delivered on the 11th, but later changed it to the 16th. I called for a long time today, but the phone was not connected at all. Initially, I had to queue up to find an installer, but he changed the date for me from the 9th to the 11th and from the 11th to the 16th. Whether it can arrive on the 16th is still a matter of debate. Then I have to queue up for the installation. If it's installed for me next month, it will mark the beginning of the autumn in Northeast China. Do you think I still need an air conditioner at the beginning of autumn? Oh, it's too hot. Many friends may ask, why don't you install the air conditioning when you move into the house? I never lived in the south when I was a child, and I didn't know there was such a thing as air conditioning. I lived like this since I was a child, and I didn't feel how hot it was in the summer. After you go to the south and stay in the air-conditioned room, you come back and stay in this house. You feel too tortured. Really, it's just too hot. It's useless to take a bath several times a day. If you take a bath too early in the evening, you'll be hot again after getting out of the tub. Now, I especially look forward to waiting for the sun to set every night, and then give me a breeze and a little rain so that I can sleep comfortably.
然后我才能睡个舒适的觉。
万没想到
Never would I have thought Northeast China is going viral again this year. Usually it receives tons of attention in winter due to the cold weather in ice and snow world, which makes sense. But this year, it's making headlines in summer because of the heat. The ongoing heat wave has caused a surge in demand for air conditioners to the extent that supplies are running low. AC technicians from across the country are now on standby, preparing to head to the Northeast to assist with installations. But here's the catch. According to some of the technicians who've already arrived, there's one small problem. The walls in the Northeast are generally much thicker than in the South. One installer said it takes 1 to 2 hours just to drill a hole. Initially, they could only install 2 or 3 units per day. Over time, they managed to increase their speed to 4 or 5 times the original. My family finally got our AC installed yesterday, but of course it rained last night. Now that the temperature has dropped again, the weather is cool enough just by opening the windows today, so the air conditioner is already unnecessary. The temperature in Weifang, Shandong province also reached 40 degrees Celsius. On July 5th, the 2025 Weifang New Youth Music Festival cut off amid a heat wave, and several audience members fainted from heat stroke and were carried to ambulances. Although mist cannons and other equipment were used to cool down the scene, it was still very hot, and firefighters utilized water pipes to spray water on the tourists on site. According to Jimu News, the student dormitories at the Donghai campus of Nanshan University in Yantai, Shandong province are not equipped with air conditioners, but only with small hanging fans. Since the temperature is high and the air is hot, they can only cool down by taking a shower. Many students visit the supermarket on campus to use the air conditioning. But since the dormitories close at night, they can only stay in the supermarket until after 9 p.m. After that, they have no choice but to endure the heat through the night. On the night of July 6th, there was no wind in the dormitory, and the air could not get in. It was very stuffy, and the dormitory had no ventilation. There was only one fan, and many fans in the dormitories didn't even work correctly. Well, not exactly broken, but it spins really slowly. Many students suffered from heat stroke due to the extreme heat and subsequently fainted. Almost 6 or 7 ambulances arrived, possibly more, and many students took photos. A few days ago, air conditioners were installed in the teacher's office, and many students' fans that were reported for repair have not been repaired. The Civil Air Defense Project in Shijiazhuang, Hebei Province has recently become a cool internet celebrity check-in place. Starting from July 1st, citizens can visit 7 urban civil air defense projects to cool down, covering a total area of more than 84,300 square meters. In the hot summer, these underground spaces not only provide a good place to escape the heat, but also integrate multiple functions such as entertainment, culture, and catering. The opening hours are from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and are scheduled to remain open for 2 months. Some netizens who have been there said, "We wanted to go there to cool off, but we almost froze to death. We must wear long sleeves and long pants." Nanjing also opened the Xiaotaoyuan air raid shelter, located approximately 200 meters from the Yijiangmen city wall in the direction of Xiaotaoyuan. The overall facilities are relatively complete and open to the public free of charge. There are clean tables and chairs as well as books and newspapers, and the temperature is very cool. Items such as floral water are carefully placed, and the space also features TVs, dehumidifiers, and other equipment. I don't know what's going on there, but it's so hot in Henan that I really can't stand it. How can it be so hot? I've seen many videos saying that some highways have reached 68 degrees Celsius, and there is always a risk of tire blowouts. Some concrete roads suddenly burst and bulge while the car is in motion. What's going on? The Henan Federation of Trade Unions have stated that late arrivals, early departures, and absence due to weather conditions will not be counted in attendance. So I think that even if the weather is annoying and irritable, there are still these kinds of reminders and measures, and I think it's still very humane.
测一下这个沥青底面的温度多少。
Let's measure the temperature of the asphalt floor. Put this thermometer on the ground. Let's use this infrared thermometer to measure it. Wow, 68 degrees Celsius, 68.9 degrees Celsius. Some people claim that you can fry eggs in an iron pan outdoors, which is not an exaggeration. After we put it on the ground, you'll see that the temperature of the asphalt floor reaches 68 degrees as it absorbs heat. This is related to the urban heat island effect. Our thermometer is positioned close to the ground, but it cannot directly measure the ground temperature because it relies on a temperature sensor. Therefore, its temperature display is only accurate to 48 degrees. This infrared temperature measurement directly measures the ground temperature, and the current reading is 70 degrees, which corresponds to the surface temperature. It's not an exaggeration to put the iron pan on it for half an hour and then fry the eggs in the same pan. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.